Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker lately? Maybe getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to, or walking up a few stairs leaves your knees aching. You try to eat healthy, stay active, and do the right things. So why does moving feel harder? Well, here's something most seniors never hear. Some of the fruits you've been told are healthy might actually be silently draining your leg strength and irritating your joints. Yes, fruit. Not candy, not fast food, but fruits that, while natural, can spike your blood sugar, trigger inflammation, and weaken circulation, especially in people over 60. And the scariest part? They don't cause immediate pain. The damage builds quietly over weeks and months. If your legs feel heavier lately, if your ankles swell, or if you feel tired after eating a healthy fruit snack, it might not be age. It might be the fruit. In today's video, we're going to uncover 7 common fruits that could be slowly hurting your legs and what to eat instead to protect your strength, mobility, and independence. This isn't about fear. It's about making smarter, kinder choices for your aging body. Because even now, your body listens. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and stay with me. You might just discover the simplest change that helps you move better, feel lighter, and walk stronger. Starting today. Let's begin. Pineapple. Sweet on the outside, silent on the inside. It's hard to imagine that something as sunny and tropical as pineapple could ever be a threat to your health. For years, you've probably heard that pineapple is a superfruit, good for digestion, rich in vitamin C, and full of an enzyme called bromelain that's said to fight inflammation. And when you slice into one, bright yellow, juicy, refreshing, it feels like nature's gift in a bowl. But what if I told you that after the age of 60, pineapple may not be helping you the way you think? As we get older, our bodies change. Our joints become more sensitive. Our blood vessels grow more delicate. And our systems don't handle acids and sugars like they used to. That's where pineapple becomes a hidden problem, because it's high in both natural acids and bromelain, a combination that can quietly stir up inflammation rather than reduce it. You might not notice it right away. Maybe it starts with a little stiffness in your knees after lunch, or a subtle swelling in your ankles by the evening, a sense that your legs feel a bit heavier after a fruit salad. Over time, that healthy treat may actually be contributing to joint irritation, circulation issues, and even muscle fatigue. For those taking anti-inflammatory medications or heart medications, the risks are even higher. Bromelain in pineapple can interact with these drugs, making them less effective, or in some cases, too strong, increasing the chances of bruising, swelling, or unwanted side effects. And yet, pineapple doesn't come with a warning label. It's not about blaming the fruit. It's about recognizing what your body needs now, not what it needed 20 years ago. It's especially difficult because pineapple tastes so light, so clean. There's no guilt when you eat it. But as we age, we must look beyond taste and reputation. We have to listen to how our body reacts. If you've noticed more joint soreness, more swelling in your feet or calves, or just a general heaviness in your legs, you might want to take a break from pineapple for a while and see if things improve. Health isn't just about what we add. It's also about what we remove when it's no longer helping. And sometimes the biggest step toward healing begins with a small choice we never thought mattered. You're not giving up on fruit. You're giving your body the space to feel better. That's strength. That's wisdom. That's self-care at its finest.
Grapes.
the tiny fruit with a big secret. They're sweet, they're easy, and they feel like the perfect snack. Just grab a handful, pop them in your mouth, and enjoy that refreshing burst of flavor. For years, grapes have been praised for being heart-healthy, full of antioxidants like resveratrol, and much better than candy or chips. But for people over 60, the story isn't quite so simple, because under that smooth skin and juicy sweetness lies a truth that most seniors never hear. Grapes can quietly inflame your joints, spike your blood sugar, and make your legs feel heavier over time. Let's talk about why. Grapes are very high in fructose, a natural sugar that's processed almost entirely by your liver. And while your liver does a lot of good work, as we age, it becomes less efficient, especially if you're dealing with prediabetes, fatty liver, or slow metabolism. When you eat a lot of grapes, which is easy to do, the excess fructose can convert into uric acid, and when uric acid builds up, it doesn't just disappear. It settles in the joints, particularly in your toes, ankles, and knees. Have you ever woken up with a burning sensation in your big toe, or felt a sharp ache in your knee after a short walk? That may not just be old age. It could be the early signs of gout or low-grade inflammation, made worse by something as innocent as grapes. What makes it even trickier is how effortlessly we overeat them. A few during a phone call, a few more while watching TV, and before you know it, you've had a cup or two. That's 20 to 30 grams of sugar, without feeling full, without chewing much, and without realizing the impact. That sugar hits your bloodstream quickly, pushing your insulin up, causing energy to spike, and then crash. Over time, this blood sugar roller coaster wears down your circulation, stiffens your joints, and leaves your legs aching, even on a quiet day. If you already struggle with swelling in your ankles, puffiness in your calves, or tingling in your feet, grapes might be quietly contributing to the problem. The worst part? You may not feel anything dramatic, just a slow fade, a little more stiffness, a little less ease when standing, until one day you realize that something so small has been weighing you down all along. So what's the takeaway? It's not that grapes are bad, it's that they may be mismatched for your body right now. If you enjoy them, try limiting to a small amount with a meal, not as a standalone snack, and most importantly, listen to how your body feels afterward, because your legs aren't just carrying you from room to room, they're carrying your independence, and every choice that supports them matters. Oranges, the citrus that may be quietly wearing you down. For most of your life, oranges have been a symbol of health. A bright glass of orange juice with breakfast, a juicy wedge as an afternoon refresher. It's the classic image of doing something good for your body. And it's easy to see why. Oranges are full of vitamin C. They boost the immune system. And they taste as cheerful as they look. But after 60, your body speaks a little differently. And the same orange that once helped you stay strong may now be stirring up hidden inflammation, irritating your joints, and disrupting your balance. The biggest concern? Citric acid. As we age, the soft tissue around our joints, especially in the knees, hips, and lower back, becomes more fragile. The cartilage thins, the joints stiffen, and inflammation becomes easier to trigger. For many older adults, citric acid from oranges can quietly aggravate already sensitive areas, especially if you have arthritis, joint degeneration, or a history of inflammation. Ever felt that morning stiffness in your knees? Or a deep ache in your hips after sitting too long? You may have chalked it up to age. But what if part of it was coming from your daily glass of orange juice? Let's not forget the sugar. Yes, it's natural sugar, but your body doesn't always know the difference, especially after 60. Oranges, especially in juice form, can send your blood sugar rising quickly, and when that happens, your body releases insulin in a rush, followed by a drop. That back-and-forth roller coaster doesn't just affect your energy. It fuels low-grade inflammation that can tighten muscles, increase swelling, and make movement feel more difficult than it should. And here's something many seniors don't realize. If you're taking medications, especially blood pressure pills, statins, or blood thinners, oranges and other citrus fruits can interfere with absorption, making your medications less effective or causing unexpected side effects. You might be doing everything right, but your morning orange could be throwing your balance off, literally. The challenge is, oranges feel so familiar, so trusted. It's hard to believe they could be anything but helpful, but your body now needs foods that are gentler, steadier, and more supportive. Does this mean oranges are bad? Not necessarily, but it means they need to be reconsidered, especially if you've noticed swelling in your ankles, locking in your knees, or unexplained soreness in your lower body. Try reducing how often you eat them. Skip the juice. If you still enjoy them, pair with a protein or healthy fat. And most importantly, pay attention to how your legs feel afterward, because every step you take should feel easier, not harder. And if something as simple as an orange is adding resistance to your day, it's worth listening to that whisper your body is sending. You've earned the right to feel light, steady, and strong. Let your food... Watermelon, the refreshing trap. There's something comforting about watermelon, isn't there? A slice of cold watermelon on a warm day brings back the simplest joys: family cookouts, porch swings, summer laughter. It's juicy, light, and full of water. For many older adults, it feels like one of the safest fruits you can enjoy. But here's something that may surprise you. Watermelon, despite how gentle it feels, might be slowly draining your energy and weakening your legs. That's because watermelon is sneaky. While it's made up of about 90% water, the rest is mostly sugar. And not just a little. Watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes of all fruits. That means it raises your blood sugar fast, faster than white bread in many cases. And that quick spike, it doesn't come without a price. For someone in their 20s or 30s, a little sugar spike is usually no big deal. Their insulin kicks in fast, their metabolism is efficient, and their circulation is strong. But after 60, everything slows down: your blood flow, your sugar processing, and your recovery from inflammation. So instead of bouncing back after that sweet bite, your body struggles. You might feel it as a heaviness in your calves, a puffiness in your ankles, or just a strange stiffness after an afternoon snack that used to leave you feeling refreshed. The problem isn't the water, it's the sugar that slips in alongside it, unnoticed, and disrupts your internal balance. Watermelon also lacks fiber, protein, and fat, so there's nothing to slow down the sugar before it floods your bloodstream. That sugar rush causes a surge in insulin, which pulls sugar from your blood, often a little too aggressively, leading to a crash. You feel tired, foggy, maybe a little weak in the knees, literally. And the worst part, watermelon's light, clean texture tricks us into overdoing it. One slice turns into 2, then 3. Because it doesn't feel heavy, we don't treat it like dessert. But in terms of blood sugar, that's exactly what it is: a natural dessert that hits harder than we think. If you're managing pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, or leg circulation problems, this becomes even more important. Repeated sugar spikes inflame the tiny vessels in your legs and feet, making them less efficient at delivering oxygen. That means your muscles tire faster, your joints swell more easily, and simple movement becomes more draining than it should be. So does this mean you can never eat watermelon again? Not at all. But it does mean you should eat it mindfully. Enjoy a small slice after a balanced meal, not on an empty stomach. Pair it with some protein or healthy fat, maybe a few nuts or a slice of cheese to slow the sugar rush. And most importantly, listen to your leg. Bananas, the friendly fruit that may not be so friendly anymore. For most of your life, bananas have probably felt like a trusted companion. They're soft, easy to digest, and full of potassium, right? You've likely been told they help with muscle cramps, give you energy, and are a perfect grab-and-go snack. And for many years, that may have been true. But now, after 60, your body has changed, and what once helped might now be quietly holding you back. Bananas are what we call fast fuel. They're high in natural sugars and quick-digesting starches. For someone young and physically active, walking several miles a day, gardening, lifting, running errands, that sugar is used as energy almost immediately. But for a body that's slowed down just a little, or for a day when you're more sedentary than usual, that sugar has nowhere to go. Instead, it spikes your blood sugar, then crashes it, leaving you feeling tired, foggy, or sluggish shortly after. Have you ever felt heavy-legged after breakfast? Or noticed that your calves get tight on a walk that used to be easy? Have your ankles felt swollen in the late afternoon, even if you didn't do much? These aren't just coincidences. Bananas, despite their soft, gentle feel, may be contributing to fluid retention, poor circulation, and inflammation in your joints and muscles. Here's something else many seniors don't hear. Bananas can disrupt mineral balance. They're high in potassium, yes, but low in magnesium, a mineral crucial for proper muscle function, nerve signaling, and heart rhythm. If you already have lower magnesium levels, which is common with age and certain medications, eating more bananas could make you feel worse, not better. It might even trigger muscle cramps, especially at night. It's not that bananas are bad. It's that your body today isn't the same as it was 20 or 30 years ago. What you need now is stability, steady energy, calm blood sugar, and food that supports your circulation, not disrupts it. So what can you do? If you love bananas, try pairing them with a small handful of nuts, a spoonful of almond butter, or adding them into a smoothie with protein and fiber. Don't eat them on an empty stomach. Don't rely on them as your daily snack. And most importantly, listen to how you feel after you eat one. Because the truth is, as we age, it's not just what we eat, it's how it makes us feel later. And if a banana is leaving you more tired, more bloated, or more achy, it may be time to give your body something gentler. You deserve food that works with you, not against you. Choices that bring you strength, not sluggishness. Because your legs carry your freedom. And every bite matters. Nature's sugar bomb you didn't see coming. Ah, mango. Just saying the word brings up something warm and tropical, doesn't it? Maybe it reminds you of summer, a cruise you once took, or a sweet treat shared with grandchildren. Mango feels like a reward, a healthy indulgence, a bit of sunshine in a bowl. And for many, it's seen as a better choice than cake or cookies. But for those of us over 60, that golden, juicy slice might not be as innocent as it seems. You see, mango is what we gently call a natural sugar bomb. One medium-sized mango can pack over 45 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of soda. And while it's true that this sugar is natural, your body doesn't process sugar differently just because it came from fruit. Especially not after 60. As we age, our insulin response slows, our circulation weakens, and our recovery from inflammation takes longer. That means the spike in blood sugar that mango causes can linger, causing silent damage that builds over time. Have you ever felt tingling in your feet, a strange numbness in your toes, or a burning sensation in your calves at night? It could be the result of that lingering sugar floating around in your bloodstream, irritating your nerves and inflaming your joints. And if you're managing neuropathy, prediabetes, or arthritis, mango's sweetness can silently exacerbate the symptoms you're trying to keep under control. But that's not all. Mango feels light, so it's easy to eat more than we think. A smoothie here, a fruit bowl there, a few slices after dinner, it adds up fast. And because it tastes so clean and natural, we rarely think of it as something we need to limit. But here's the truth. When sugar, even natural sugar, builds up in the bloodstream, it leads to oxidative stress, joint inflammation, and poor circulation, particularly in the legs. That makes your legs feel heavier, your steps slower, and even basic movement, like walking to the mailbox or climbing a short flight of stairs, more tiring than it should be. This doesn't mean you have to banish mango forever. It just means you have to honor your body's new rhythm. Try enjoying it only occasionally, and always with a source of healthy fat or protein, like a few walnuts, a piece of cheese, or a spoonful of Greek yogurt. This helps slow down how fast the sugar hits your bloodstream, because at this stage of life, your legs aren't just legs. They're your freedom to move, to stay independent, to enjoy your life on your terms. And every bite you take can either support that freedom or quietly chip away at it. So next time you reach for mango, just ask, is this moment of sweetness going to leave me stronger or slower? You deserve to feel light on your feet and clear in your step. The right choices make that possible, starting one fruit at a time. Green apples, the tart little trigger your joints may not love.
Crisp, clean, tart. Green apples have long held the image of the smart choice. They're often seen as healthier than red apples. Less sugar, more fiber, better for digestion. And if you're over 60 and trying to eat lighter, green apples probably feel like a go-to snack. But beneath that fresh crunch is something few talk about. Green apples may be stirring up more pain than nourishment in aging bodies. The main concern? A compound called malic acid. It's what gives green apples their tangy bite. In small amounts, for younger bodies, malic acid can help with energy production. But for seniors, especially those managing arthritis, fibromyalgia, or general joint discomfort, malic acid can act like a slow-burning irritant, especially in the knees, calves, thighs, and hips. You might not feel it with every bite, but if you've ever had a green apple in the morning and felt stiff by afternoon, or if you notice tightness in your legs that doesn't quite match your level of activity, it might not be aging. It might be your snack. As we get older, our gut lining becomes more sensitive, our joints lose cushioning, and our tolerance for acids declines. That means even healthy natural foods can start to feel harsh inside. Green apples, especially when eaten on an empty stomach or before bed, can trigger muscle tension, joint stiffness, or even nighttime leg cramps. And while they may taste less sweet than other fruits, green apples still carry a surprising amount of natural sugar. For a senior with slower metabolism, insulin resistance, or borderline diabetes, this can lead to subtle but consistent blood sugar spikes, which contribute to swelling, fatigue, and that dragging feeling in your lower body. What makes all of this more difficult is how harmless green apples appear. You see them in wellness ads. You're told they're good for the gut, and for many years they might have been. But if your legs are stiffer, your ankles more swollen, or your steps feel heavier, it might be time to rethink what your body actually needs now. Does this mean green apples are off limits forever? No, but it may mean eating them differently. Never on an empty stomach. Never late at night. Try pairing with a protein, like a slice of cheese, a small handful of nuts, or some nut butter, to slow sugar absorption and reduce acid irritation. Or switch to lower acid fruits like pears or berries that offer benefits without the burn. Because your joints have carried you through decades, they deserve care, gentleness, and food that helps, not hurts. The right snack won't just taste good, it will leave you feeling lighter, not tighter. So the next time you reach for that crisp green apple, ask yourself, is this helping me stand taller, or is it silently wearing me down?
What to eat instead? Fruits that heal, not harm. After learning which fruits may be silently working against your legs and joints, you might be wondering, so what can I enjoy instead? Here's the good news. Not all fruits are the enemy. In fact, some are your best allies, gentle, healing, and deeply nourishing. They won't spike your blood sugar or aggravate your joints. Instead, they'll help you feel steadier on your feet, lighter in your step, and more energized for the day ahead. Let's take a look at the fruits your legs, joints, and heart will thank you for. Berries, small but mighty defenders. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They may be small, but don't underestimate their power. These little gems are packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation and protect your blood vessels, especially the tiny ones in your feet and legs. Unlike many other fruits, berries are low in sugar, which means they won't send your blood sugar soaring and crashing. Whether added to oatmeal, stirred into yogurt, or enjoyed by the handful, berries are one of the most leg-friendly fruits you can eat. Every bite helps reduce swelling, supports circulation, and eases that tired, heavy feeling in your calves. Cherries, gentle relief for aching joints. Cherries, especially tart cherries, have a unique benefit. They help lower uric acid, which is the root cause of gout and many forms of joint pain. For older adults who suffer from stiff knees, swollen ankles, or burning toes at night, a few cherries a few times a week can make a meaningful difference. Just remember, moderation matters. A small handful is enough to offer benefits without overwhelming your system. Avocado, a creamy friend for your joints. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and it's one of the best you can eat. Avocados are rich in healthy fats, potassium, and fiber, which means they reduce inflammation, support heart health, and keep your blood sugar stable. They're easy on digestion and don't contain the acids or sugars that trigger joint pain. Whether spread on toast or added to salads, avocados offer long-lasting, gentle energy that supports your knees, hips, and balance. Papaya, soothing and supportive. Soft, sweet, and easy to digest, papaya is a gift for seniors with sensitive stomachs, arthritis, or inflammation. It contains a natural enzyme called papain that aids digestion and reduces bloating, perfect for days when your belly feels heavy or your joints feel stiff. It's one of the few sweet fruits that soothes instead of stresses your system. Pears, sweet, soft, and steady. If you still crave something sweet but need to protect your blood sugar, pears are the perfect fit. They're gentle on digestion, high in soluble fiber, and naturally low in acid. Pears won't inflame your joints or trigger insulin spikes, especially when paired with a small handful of nuts or nut butter. That combination offers final thoughts. The path to better leg health doesn't mean giving up on fruit. It means choosing smarter, softer, steadier options that love your body back. These 5 fruits are more than just tasty, they're supportive, healing partners for your journey ahead. Because every bite is a step, and every step should feel strong. Final message: take the first step towards stronger legs. If you've made it this far, it means you truly care about your body, your strength, and your independence. Remember, aging doesn't mean giving up comfort or freedom. It means learning how to support your body in new, wiser ways. By making simple shifts, like choosing fruits that reduce inflammation and support healthy circulation, you're already taking powerful steps toward walking easier, feeling lighter, and living better. Your legs have carried you through life's greatest moments. Now it's time to care for them with the same love and attention they've given you. If this video helped you, please click the like button, subscribe to our channel for more gentle, honest health tips made especially for seniors, and comment the word HOPE if you're ready to choose healing over habit. Your story may inspire someone else today. Together, we grow stronger, one mindful step at a time.